Today we are talking about Xmen Apocalypse, the newest movie that just come out. We're going to give you a review of it. Just let everybody know this is spoiler zone, so if you don't like spoilers or you haven't seen the movie yet, you know, just like wait to listen to this. Or
why are you hitting
something.
me? Why the fuck did you hit me?
Okay, 11.
I don't understand why you fucking hit me.
11.
I understand he's over here recording. I'm paying attention, you piece of shit.
11.
Wow.
It was tap you.
11. Gonna need you down to a 4.5.
That went from 0 to supernova in 2.5 seconds.
Y'all don't know.
I mean, you basically like blew up like everything in Apocalypse did.
I don't know what just happened.
Alright,
So
everybody, first impressions of the movie?
I liked it.
It was solid. You know, it's no X3, but it was good.
I don't think that many things are X3. What about you, Tanya?
I liked it. Had pretty cool effects, but it had some parts that felt like almost cheesy to me. Like some of their slow walking scenes. Like it just felt a little gimmicky to me. Just a few. Like it wasn't enough that I like didn't like it. But
Yeah, like
there was a few parts I was like, this has gone on too long. Like
the weird piece with Moira and the professor was just like stumbling all over himself. It's like, come on, that's Professor X.
Yeah, but that's unprotectable.
It was your stereotypical. It just seemed like your basic X-Men movie. Like it seemed like they went back to, you know, the formula that all their movies have to me. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know. This doesn't feel like the first X-Men. This doesn't feel like X2.
I mean,
well, you can't compare this string of X-Men movies to X1 through 3 because it's a completely different feel. It's a completely different mindset. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
it's
like there's a formula. It means that there's a long-standing pattern.
I don't think there's. I don't want to call this a formula.
I don't know. I just feel like it could have done more. I don't know what though, because it was like
DB, you just wanted to see freaking Psylocke do more shit. That's all you wanted.
No, I actually wanted to see everybody do more shit. Like it seemed like they had a plan, and it wasn't like most of the superhero movies going on now, where you know they go linear path. It seemed like, hey, let's put this in there because it's cool. Let's put that in there because it's cool. Let's put this with it because it's cool. So some stuff from the 90s cartoon people would get. So some stuff from there that people would get. I mean, I don't know. It just seemed kind of like its own story and telling. As also, it's like it seemed like they were trying to do too much with it. You know,
maybe it's just because it feels like the movie peaked a bit early. Because when I didn't expect Apocalypse to jump into Xavier's mind the way he did when Xavier was using Cerebro and use that to freaking backtrack. That was impressive, but it also felt like that should have happened later in the movie.
It seemed like I felt, I don't know. Like right now, I'm still trying to come off of it. Like
use your words, DB. Use your words.
I'm really trying to. I'm really trying to, but I can't think of whether this is a movie I like or if I kind of feel like it wasn't that good.
So your opinion is currently mixed.
Yeah, I'm really mixed on it.
That's how I felt about it, pretty much.
Yeah, like
it wasn't.
It had some cool parts. Like I really liked Quicksilver's whole character. I think it was funny, but not too funny. I liked it.
Better than in Age of Ultron?
I thought so.
Well, that's all.
I also like that actor, so that might have something to do with it.
Quicksilver's.
Well, you like Evan Peters?
Yeah. Yeah. American Horror Story.
Oh, yeah, American Horror Story? Oh, yeah.
Sorry, I just got excited.
I know I recognized him from somewhere.
American Horror
He's
Story.
the creepy gimp suit kid, right?
He's in all of them.
Yeah, he's in all of them.
Yep. So, I don't know if it's just because I really liked him, or, I don't know, I liked the way they did his personality. I thought it was kind of cool. It was fun, but not, like, dumb, like, not too comedic, but it was funny.
Yeah.
I don't know. The whole
mansion
kind of getting damage sequence and Quicksilver running through there and saving everybody's life was probably the best part of the entire thing.
That was a good
That
part.
was awesome.
But it's just like it was in Days of Future Past. It's like the highlight of the film was when Quicksilver was doing his thing or whatnot. It's like, okay, I know this movie got something else that makes it cool. I mean,
I don't know, Magneto restructuring the entire planet?
That was a little OP.
That was super OP.
But then again, yet again, it brings up the good point of superhero collateral damage and everything. You know?
True.
Dude, he is pretty much
It's like-
person non grata on every planet in the on every
No,
country
but-
on the planet right now.
Okay, X-Men First Class, the response for all the mutants with the Cuban Missile Crisis, you know, everything. Hey, we kind of fear mutants now. We know what's going on. After Days of Future Past, they freaking destroyed DC Stadium. It's like, okay, we didn't do enough yet. Let's go worldwide. It's like, how are you going to go worldwide now? I mean, what are you going to do now? You're going to go in and go into space and like, well, they said they were going to go into space, but they're going to
Starjammers!
They're going to destroy the moon?
Have you not
Probably.
seen Akira?
Akira!
Like, Jesus.
Did you not
I
read
feel like
Akira?
DB I
He
feel like
went to the moon.
No, it's just...
I feel like DB is hating on the movie because it's not what you wanted it to be.
No, it's like, I didn't know what to expect for this movie.
Yeah.
It's like, because going from, you know, me growing up watching Apocalypse on the cartoon, that's what I expected.
Fucking cheese wrappers off me.
That's why I expected, you know, Apocalypse like that. And this Apocalypse, like I was saying before, I understand he was evil, but he wasn't like the Apocalypse from the TV show.
That is
He wasn't like,
questionable.
you know,
You are applying modern ethos to a man who is over 5,000 years old.
Dre's using big words, so obviously he's feeling smart.
essentially, he feels himself as a god. He's supposed to.
He is essentially a
He's supposed
god.
to prompt himself like a god. Then he's supposed to be
Why?
like, I am a god.
He's
I
a
am
show.
wrong.
He's a show. Don't tell. You see that they established that he's a show. Don't
Have you
tell
seen-
person in the entire throughout the entire movie.
But to what you said, he did say he basically was acting like I am a god.
Yeah.
I started civilization. I will end civilization. Rinse, repeat.
Yes.
Your books, everything you've written, all your historical manuals, they're about me. He doesn't need to say it every 5 seconds because if anybody looks at
I'm
him
not
sideways,
saying
he's
it
sticking
every-
them in walls.
I'm not saying it every 5 seconds, but make himself more interesting. He was boring.
What are you talking about? He was interesting as fuck.
He was boring.
To be true, though, like, from my memories of the Apocalypse in the 80s cartoon show, whenever they fought Apocalypse, he was pretty much just standing in the background and sent his soldiers out until, like, the last moment where he's like, no, and then they do something and he disappears.
I don't remember him like that. I remember him being, like, basically whipping motherfuckers with other motherfuckers type of guy. You know?
But then again,
Like,
I'm guessing they had to hold back because they were using a lot of talent, and it would probably be hard to explain them surviving the raw damage Apocalypse could put out if he decided to actually get into it.
Can we talk about how Logan didn't have a single line?
I'm okay with it.
Just,
And
That's all people want anyway.
No, see, and that's another thing. It seems like ever since ever since X-Men First Class, when they started this whole trilogy of X-Men First Class, Days of Future Past, and now Apocalypse, since Wolverine isn't the main focus of these movies, they're kind of like, okay, what do we do now? I mean, he was the main focus in Days of Future Past, but since he wasn't the main focus of this movie, they're kind of like, okay, let's make this Mystique story mixed in with the Magneto story.
Yeah, but
I figured the
Jean
Mystique
Grey
focus was
story.
kind of creepy.
well, it's if you follow Days of Future Past.
I want to be straight up and admit, I've never seen Days of Future
No,
Past.
what I was trying to say was, is like if you follow the First Class story arc, which is what this is,
Yeah.
it's the freaking. She's been kind of the focus of the whole thing. Her, Magneto, and the relationship they've had with Charles Xavier and all that other stuff. So, I like how when it ended off in the 80s cartoon era, X-Men, with Storm and Cyclops and Jean Grey and Beast and all them.
Mystique, because Mystique is apparently a part of X-Men now.
Don't hate because they reimagined it.
That's weird.
Well, no, the thing is, Mystique, I don't know, I love Jennifer Lawrence, I really do.
Me too.
But in this movie, she was just...
Dude, she was straight. What's it called? The freaking Mockingjay thing. It was essentially the same. Katniss. It was essentially Katniss Everdeen again.
Very uninterested in this.
Well, you gotta remember the role she played too. She wasn't like this young, happy-go-lucky thing. She was an old, grizzled out mercenary at this point.
She's supposed to be jaded.
Yeah,
jaded and salty.
She's probably jaded and salty by Fox.
She probably. It works because the character's supposed to be jaded and salty about how everybody's like, yeah, we're getting together, and then white people are going into the woods and lynching people.
But then in the next movie, they're just going to make it just the same.
Whoa.
Yeah. In the next movie, they're going to make it... Next X-Men movie, they're going to make it just the same. They're going to make her and Magneto against the X-Men because reasons.
Well, no, because it's because of person.
Yeah,
it's because of the good lord,
a personality.
No, not personality. It's philosophical differences.
It's two answers to the same problem.
Yeah, but
Eric believes people should be controlled.
They didn't really solve the problem.
No, well, Professor Xavier's methodology does not actually solve the problem.
No, it's a band-aid to the problem. What it is Magneto and Professor X are both going to be polar opposites.
I know that.
And you know that. There's no other way. They're best friends. They respect each other, but their methods of going about things are completely
opposite.
It's just like you have Professor X who comes out and preaches peace and all that other jazz, and we're going to teach and educate. Then you got Magneto coming around. It's like, we've tried doing this. It doesn't work. So now we're going to drop the hammer on your ass, and you're going to get mad at us because you keep fucking with us.
But he's going to keep doing the same thing.
But that's Magneto, though.
As an interesting point.
But then
it does seem like, the formation of the X-Men is seen as a sort of compromise between the two. Because if Professor Xavier had his way, the X-Men would never have seen the light of day.
Yeah, but I think he's also realized at this point that you're going to have global situations, just like in the Avengers universe. You're going to have a global event. You're going to have something that you need to have a team that is trained to deal with mutants. And what better way to do that, besides having an army that just captures and experiments on them, is to have a specialized group of people. Because you already know there's other...
You're talking about an anti-mutant team. Because what I'm thinking about is when Spec Ops shows up on your college campus or your school campus, drops a suppression beam on all of them, and then kidnaps 4 motherfuckers and bounces.
Yeah,
that's just straight illegal, and you're gonna need a squad to go in there and bust your people out.
But then again, though, that's the whole problem with it. But again, what's going to happen, and what I see happening, is that Magneto, he's made his peace with the world and all this other jazz. He's probably going to start doing what he did in the comics and make Geonosis. Either pull a meteorite out of the freaking asteroid belt and park it in orbit, or build an island, because we all know that he can control...
I thought he was just going to rip Poland out of Europe, flip it upside down, and suspend it over the...
I really wanted him to do that, too. But that in itself, I mean, they're resetting the X-Men lineup. They're resetting everything, and I understand you guys are mad because he's supposed to be this, he's supposed to be that. But when is it? When is the movie ever the same as the book?
No,
or comic book.
That's the thing. I'm not worried about it being the same as the comic book because Fox is on their own thing. They're not referencing really anything. They're kind of making their own thing.
But I will say this. All these third-party people out there fucking around with Marvel has finally realized that if you want to make a good Marvel movie, you want people to keep coming to see it and spend the money that you're after, you got to keep it true to the original source material. We kind of saw that with this one more so than any other one too.
No, here's the thing.
What's the thing, DB?
Yeah, here's the thing.
What's the thing?
I think the reason why this movie will probably sell good is because it's the typical X-Men movie, and it's releasing Memorial Day.
Instead of Mother's Day weekend.
No, remember X-Men...
Well, remember Captain America came out
Yeah.
on Mother's Day weekend and
Yeah.
it didn't do
But
$200
no,
million
remember-
because Mom don't want to see Captain America.
Remember the 3 original X-Men movies? They were always released near Memorial Day.
Yeah.
Like, for years, you know, when they were first released, they were all released near Memorial Day. And people will go out and see it because they're like, oh, yeah, X-Men, that's like a staple now. And it's just... But, let's talk about one more thing with it. CG was bad.
Yeah. There's a couple times where it looked straight horrible, but then there was also a couple times where it looked really good.
I don't understand.
Yeah, but I mean,
why Fox?
Deadpool. But look at Deadpool. Deadpool had no budget, and that collapsing freaking suit, like collapsing freaking.
They tried to do too
freighter.
much.
They did.
They tried to.
Well,
do
you
too
can't
much,
just
yeah.
go and change the entire world on a shoestring budget. You know what I mean?
This is the X-Men. They
but
had the budget. I'm sure they had the budget. You know, it's like they cut Deadpool's budget. I'm sure they had the budget in this X-Men movie.
They spent it all on all the magnetic effects.
I don't know what they spent it on, but
Hey! Spiraling death storms of magnetic resonance don't come cheap, you know.
I feel they misused characters that could have been mainstays. Jubilee.
What are you talking
Psylocke.
about? Her powers being totally 80s, bro.
No, I'm saying they misused Jubilee. They misused Psylocke. They misused...
How could they have
Sure.
utilized Psylocke better?
Give her some freaking lines, for one.
But she's an assassin. Why does she need to speak?
Did you got worms?
She's not really in it.
What?
You just
I thought she was an assassin. That's what her dossier says.
Just some type of development. Some type of character development. You know?
She stabs people with her side blade.
You're just gonna argue with me.
I'm not. I'm just like I'm trying to get you to kind of describe what you're talking about.
I'm just saying that they could have done more to let you care about Psylocke or whatever. You just see her, she was like a bodyguard, and then she went on, like, no one knows that's, like, new to watching this movie or whatever. They're like, oh, who's that chick with a ninja sword and a psychic ninja sword? Like, what's really her power?
Are you
Is that her
salty
only
because
powers?
you have like a hard on for Psylocke and you don't feel like she got
No,
it at
I
the
mean,
same time?
I really wanted them to develop all the characters. What I wanted them to
You
develop
don't have
Jubilee
time.
as well.
You don't have time to develop an entire character cast in a movie that's basically we're trying to stop the apocalypse from happening. Your whole focus is, first of all, you got to build up the hype and the awe factor of apocalypse, so people that aren't nerds like you, me, and Andre here, and probably like Tiny, she don't know who the fuck Jean Grey is.
I didn't.
So for her going into that movie and not knowing who Jean Grey was, the whole Phoenix thing was lost on her.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Until I asked you.
Yeah. But again, you can't. There's physically no time to go and give everybody their own backstory in one movie. That's why the
That's
Avengers
more of a
side.
miniseries thing.
I mean, no,
Yeah.
not give him a backstory, but give him a personality.
But you don't.
She had a personality.
She
She was an assassin, she was a bodyguard, she had psychic powers, and she stabbed things. Or at least tried to and failed 90% of the time, which makes her the worst assassin in the series.
That wasn't a personality. And then she, like, ran off. And then they killed Angel. Just threw him away.
He's
Yeah, so he's like dead now?
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
super dead.
It's like,
he's not even a little dead. He's
Yeah.
like for real.
it's like they just threw him away. I mean, come on. Like, one of the... Angel just... It seems like they just give him the shaft in every single movie. Like, for real.
He's been in 2 movies.
Yes. And they give him a shaft. He's one of the original X-Men.
Whoa. Whoa.
He's
I'm
one
not
of the
arguing
original
that.
X-Men.
I'm not arguing that, but you gotta take it. You will come at it as the purest fanboy, comic
No,
book
I'm
loving
not.
it.
No.
But you gotta look at it like you can't take the movies and say this is straight from a comic book. How many times have I said like this is a hodgepodge of 2 or 3 different story arcs?
I know that. No,
It's the same
it's not
thing.
a hodgepodge of 2 different story arcs because it's not anything that was really in the comics.
Yeah, but
just,
it's the same characters. It's
it's-
based on the
they're
original
just
works.
taking the characters and they're like, hey, let's put the characters, but let's put them in a different story or whatnot.
Yeah, but without acknowledging the original source material, you have to look at it and say, did they introduce Angel's particular power set well?
Besides the fact that he had big old bird wings.
He was a cage fighter. He was fierce. Apparently, he's well known enough for cage fighting that Psylocke immediately led Apocalypse right to him. Like, yeah, I understand you wanting to give everybody
know his name.
It's Angel.
That's. I mean,
do you know?
Did they even say Storm's name? Did he ever call her Ouroboros?
Exactly.
But I mean, did it actually matter?
Did they even call her Storm?
No.
Like he said, my goddess.
Yeah.
Before Storm became Storm.
Yeah, but did they tell you? Did they say any of the Four Horsemen's name other than Magneto?
I think they called Psylocke.
Yeah. They called Psylocke many times.
Mm-hmm.
And Angel was referenced directly from...
Did they?
Did they say any
Did they say their names?
Like their real names? Did they say any of their real names?
But here's my thing. Does it actually matter when you're dealing with a god tier being whom almost all other life...
First of all, all of the real names are the slave names. So when they choose their own name, like Magneto...
Oh my God, really?
Okay,
You're
Malcolm.
the one that made this about race, alright?
Okay, Malcolm X.
No.
Speaking of which, Magneto was referenced as Malcolm X.
I thought you were going to a deeper meaning with the whole slave name thing.
No, like, my name's not John. It's
Babatingo.
Yeah.
No, but I'm saying you're dealing with a god tier being. Most of these people's life are not even a flickering of a candle to this
You're
guy.
dumbing it down, though.
But that's what the whole.
But that's
movie
a
was
90.
about.
It's a 90-minute movie. You cannot contain the depth and the breadth of the entire work in a 90-minute feature film. If you try to do that, you're just going to end up with Battlefield Earth, and nobody wants that.
I kind of liked Battlefield Earth.
Battlefield Earth was an abomination. You need to read the book. I'm serious.
You know I don't read.
Then you won't ever understand why it was so bad.
That's why I probably liked the movie.
If Apocalypse could look into people's minds and see what they were in the past and everything like that, and see everything about them, why couldn't he give some type of exposition about these other characters or whatnot?
Because, as I said earlier, when you look at him in the movie, the way he acts, the way he moves, is a show don't tell. He's not going to philosophize and talk to you 90 minutes. His entire objective after seeing the world for what it was to wipe it clean and start over.
Bullshit.
What?
That is
Microsoft just proved the same theory. They had an AI, they let it on the internet, and 5 minutes after being on the internet, it was a racist Donald Trump supporter.
But that is complete BS.
So,
no, hold on. Why is it bullshit?
So you got an omnipotent being who comes up, touches a TV screen, not goes on the internet or anything, touches a TV screen,
like satellites.
reads everything there is to possible know about what's going on in the world since he's been asleep, and he hates the world.
No, but like seriously, DB though, why is that bullshit? Because it doesn't fit what the written Apocalypse does?
No, it's just they changed his character and he's boring.
I don't find him.
I thought he was really fun.
I mean, as far as
if you're an omnipotent being and you have so much power at your fingertips, which by the way, we still don't know every single power that he has.
Because he said countless lifetimes.
Over millennia.
But why just talk it up? Why talk it up? Why would you go through the bother of doing that?
That's what Apocalypse is.
A talker?
That's what Apocalypse does.
But that means that you're applying written comic book history to a 90-minute feature film. That means that you want a modicum of parody.
Oh, okay. So this coming from the same people that love everything with Captain America, Civil War, and all of the other Marvel movies because they describe their characters or whatnot like that.
Well, don't put me in that level.
Hey, look at me. I'm the guy who likes Ultron.
I like Ultron, too. I've also said...
I really liked Ultron. You're the one who didn't like Ultron because Ultron was not Ultron.
Because he didn't have to face the Ultron?
No, it was his attitude. He didn't have the right attitude for Ultron. He was basically Iron Man, but evil.
Yeah, because basically...
And I don't like Iron Man. That's why.
Why don't you like Iron Man?
I don't like Iron Man.
What's wrong with Iron Man?
Tony Stark is a horrible person.
So is
makes him
Ant-Man.
such a good person.
Because he still goes out of his way to do good shit, even though he's essentially
He's like-
a horrible jerk ass.
he's like, I know I'm a dick, but I'm gonna save the world. Deal with it.
No,
Drink some whiskey, you dirty bastard.
It's better than Batman. Jeez.
What is everybody's final rating?
I give it a solid 8. And the reason why don't squint at me like that. I'll come over there and knock you the hell out and give it a
No, I
9.
wasn't squinting. I was yawning.
Oh, sorry. You look like you winced. You look like you winced when I said I gave it an 8. Like, ooh, why? No, I gave it an 8 because yes, there was some points like the CG. There was a lot of CG that was rough. The Magneto part where he was in the bubble.
Yeah, that was cringeworthy.
That was cringeworthy. But I mean, the CG was there. But like, just
when that girl was falling down the shaft in the beginning.
yeah,
That was terrible. I
yeah.
thought.
And then like you could just tell
Or when they
straight
were
up
falling down like a hole.
when the temple was collapsing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But again, my thing about it is though is like if they polished up the CG a little bit more, maybe put a little bit more love on it because you know there's technology out there to make it better. But when you can differentiate between person and CG, like a hard difference, you lose a point. And then I will say this, like there was some points where like the story did kind of slow down, and I do feel like they could have done Apocalypse a little bit bigger. Maybe not just like, oh, we're all going to gangbust them.
Give Magneto a better reason to switch sides.
You gave him the ultimate reason to hate everybody, and you took it away from him. I'm sorry, if you were to kill my
this man's
kid
family
and my woman in front of me because you're dumb, there would be no place on Earth safe for you. I mean, granted, he killed everybody standing there, and then Apocalypse just showed up and put everybody into the ground.
He was going to anyway.
He was going to do it anyway, but still, you literally have all the justification you need to go out and fuck people up.
And to just stop because some chick that you might have seen once in like... How old was that girl? That girl looked like she was 8. Maybe once a decade ago.
Who?
And she... what is it? Mystique. Mystique showed up and she gave
No,
him
they
that
were
big-
like fuck buddies for a hot minute. But again,
The girl was how old though? The little
Who?
girl.
The little girl?
Yeah,
his girl?
his little girl.
She was like 8.
Yeah, she was 8. That means it was a hot minute.
Yeah.
It was
But
a
again,
hot minute. So this lady that
it's been 10 years.
so a lady that you used to fuck with showed up and said, "Hey, I know your family died and that was really horrible and traumatic, but could you please not fuck the world for 5 seconds, maybe, kind of, sort of, please?" And then he goes, "Yeah, you're right. I should take all of this power that I was going to use to just destroy everything and stop the man who was going to help me destroy everything because why?"
I just wanted, if I was Magneto, I'd be like, look, I'm just going to let y'all know, I can do this whenever I want.
Yeah, but a solid lead round would still put him down super hard.
Do you know what's your rating of the movie?
I would give it a 7.5.
7.5.
Wow, that's higher. I thought you were going to go at low 5.
It was a low 5 would be something like
Fantastic Four.
no, that's a 2. A low 5 would be something like Battle for LA.
I like Battle for LA.
It was solid until that stupid bullshit. Oh, we're just gonna like shoot a missile at the comms tower, and that's gonna stop the entire goddamn thing. You mean to tell me that these people cross interstellar distances just to be put down by a slug thrown at a rock at a comm tower? Really? Really?
The entire invasion force was drones. You knock out the main communication hub back to the communication point.
Y'all are rabbit trailing.
Do you know what failover means?
Y'all are getting off topic.
That's what happens when you have two sci-fi nerds arguing about sci-fi things.
Anyways,
what's your
Davey,
fucking...
your lord?
Well, Tanya first. Go ahead.
What, rating?
Yeah.
7.
7?
Yeah, I wish there was more character explanation because I was pretty lost some of the time, but I know that it's a 90-minute movie and you can't. Like, I understand that, but...
Give everybody's life story.
Yeah. I understand it, but still, yeah. I liked it, but I don't know if I'd go watch it again.
Right.
You know what? If they put Wolverine in yellow spandex, it'd be a perfect 10.
That's what you wanted the whole time.
That's your
I heard you
criteria.
chanting. You were like,
It could be freaking Sharknado 3 if Wolverine was in it with yellow spandex. It wouldn't ever even matter what was in the rest of the movie.
If you put Hugh Jackman in yellow spandex with the big black fins on his head, I'd be happy as a motherfucker. And you, DV?
I'm giving it a 6.
Why?
Because
The rating just keeps steadily dropping.
as I understand what they were trying to do and everything, and it's okay. It's just
Use your words.
it didn't click with me.
Well, what did you want?
Wanted something better. It's like they had 2 opportunities to make this like fix it or whatever. It's like with First Class, it's like, okay, you gain my respect back again. With Days of Future Past, it was like, okay, there's some things going on I don't really understand. And they didn't even bring up, like, they didn't even, explain things that happened in Days of Future Past in this movie. Like the whole thing with Stryker.
But isn't Days of Future Past a paradox?
No, Days of Future Past is the rewrite of all the bullshit that they fucked up in the first go
Right.
round.
Yeah, but it
But they
involves
didn't
time
have-
travel. Right?
Yeah, well, it involves kind of.
Yeah,
It's a memory dive more than anything. It's like the Animus, but it actually takes effect.
but the way that they did Days of Future Past, it's like it never even happened now.
It did happen. They referenced it like 8 times in the movie.
What about Stryker?
What about Stryker?
Remember him at the end?
Yeah.
It wasn't him at the end.
Who, Stryker?
Yes.
That was Stryker who fished out Wolverine
That
at
was
the
not
end?
Stryker.
Who was that?
That was Mystique. Because you saw his eyes turn yellow.
That was a mistake that fished
That
out.
was Mystique.
No.
That was 100%
Jimmy's
Mystique.
gonna fight you.
No.
I am 100% sure that was Mystique. It is said by every single person in forums that watched that movie.
Hold on, let's pause. We have the internet right there. Why don't we just look up the
Because we can't. Because I'm not gonna spend 10 minutes looking it up.
So
that was
we're going to
Mystique.
do it off microphone.
That
piece
was.
of shit.
I'm 100% sure it was Mystique.
What do I get if I'm right?
I'll rub your feet.
Ew, no.
I don't know.
Can you rub my feet?
No. First of all, no. But no, I was just saying, Stryker is the Wolverine, is the backbone of the Wolverine story.
Right.
So it really doesn't make sense for him to be the forefront of this story. I mean, what they did when they
I'm
went.
not saying he's supposed to be the forefront of the story, but how come they didn't explain what happened?
You don't need to know what happened
Why not?
because first of all, in
Okay,
this
Stryker wasn't found. We didn't know what happened to Stryker, and Mystique took over for Stryker and fished out Wolverine in the lake.
maybe Stryker got found. Maybe when she realized that she was going into a super secret mutant facility that's designed to fucking detect these fuckers, she said, "Oh, this is crazy. I'm out."
That is an unknown.
See,
unknown.
that would make sense, except that freaking 3 kids wandered into a Supermax facility.
First of all, we all know Jean Grey's powers.
We all know Jean Grey's powers, but that means that she's literally affecting the people in the comm center. And even if that was the case, the recording itself would show that she's there, unless you're saying that she can erase recordings.
Okay, I will give you that because I didn't agree with that too. I was like, why can't they just see her on the camera? I said that literally when they were creeping out. I was like, what?
Okay, I didn't
I was thinking that too. But no. Stryker doesn't need to be. You don't need to explain what happened with Stryker and all that other shit. I understand it's a little bit of a loophole, but I don't feel it's as big a loophole as you think it is. She might have been Stryker trying to get out of the thing, but I don't think she was just Stryker getting him out of the water. I think that was
Personally, I
after
think Stryker, including him in the film at all, was kind of a weird misstep.
Well, they're trying to make
Because
Stryker.
the only thing that did was introduce Wolverine back into the series.
That's all it did.
That's literally all it did.
Yeah, but if you
Him
know,
showing up, knocking people out, kidnapping them in broad daylight, them flying off. The only purpose of that was to get them the jet and introduce Wolverine.
well, yeah, that was a plot device. But
No,
again,
I'm
if
not
you-
saying that it was
if
good.
if you look at all 3 of these, Days of Future Past, First Class, and Apocalypse, if you look at the background story, it's showing you the story of Wolverine. Really, if you think about it, because you got pre-memory loss Wolverine in X-Men First Class telling Xavier and Magneto to fuck off. You've got pre-Animanium Claus in Days of Future Past, which he's running around fucking bitches in the 70s. Excuse me. And then that's when he gets captured by Stryker. Then he's fucking brainwashed and experimented on, gets his Animanium skeleton and all this other shit in the 10-year span since then. And then he comes out as the feral Wolverine that we all know and love. The Logan, if you will.
I'm going to be completely honest. One of the reasons why I like Days of Future Past is because they didn't stick Wolverine in it. They literally showed up, tried to talk to him. He said, "Fuck off," and that was it.
That was First Class, not Days of Future Past. Days of Future Past was pretty much Wolverine going back in time.
Okay, correction then. First Class. That's the reason why I like First Class. I like the fact that they didn't use anybody that I recognize. I like the fact that they had Havoc and freaking Darwin and Mystique and all Banshee and all of them. I like that. That was interesting to me because I didn't really know any of their skill sets, so it gave me something interesting to look at rather than, oh hey, it's super class pyromancer girl and guy with angsty light beam eyes and Nightcrawler with his teleporting and
just don't hate on Nightcrawler.
Well, Nightcrawler's the coolest one of the bunch.
I did really like Nightcrawler.
All right, well let's go ahead, stop it there. It's been the Backroom Crew review of X-Men Apocalypse. Go see the movie for yourself, see how you like it, and
or wait for it to come out on DVD. I mean,
or just bootleg the damn thing like everybody else does.
Same difference.
Then listen to the please.
We'll see you guys next time. Remember, social class, act like you've been somewhere before.
Bye.